Now that we have completed part 1 of Human Resource Management, we're moving on to parts 2 and 3. In part 2, we will look specifically at the duties of the Human Resource Clerk, while in part 3, we will learn about workers' welfare. All Office Administration students are reminded to visit Ms. Medford's Office Administration Padlet page and our Edmodo page for resources associated with this series, the Human Resource Management series, and to post questions, concerns, and comments, and complete the assignments based on this video series. We are now moving on to part 2 of this presentation, where we're going to learn about the duties and attributes of the HR clerk. You will notice that broad duties have been identified. In this case, the duty of the clerk would be keeping personnel records, and under that broad duty, a list of duties associated with that broad duty has been developed. So, under keeping personnel records, the clerk may have to file appraisal and employee history forms, issue forms for completion by the employee, for example, sick leave forms when they return from sick leave and other absence forms, updating employees' records, those employees who would have been on vacation or those employees who would have to have their holiday entitlement tallied, ordering stock for the Human Resource Office, and receiving job applicants. The second broad duty we are looking at is preparing for interviews. Under this duty, the clerk will have several subcategories of duties: booking a suitable room for the interview to be conducted, liaising with interviewees regarding the time and place of the interview, and if you recall, these would have been the persons who would have been shortlisted, photocopying applications for members of the interview panel, and ensuring that the interview room is ready. And that could simply mean ensuring that there are sufficient chairs, stationery, and that the room has been cleaned. Associated with the duty of attending to staff welfare, the HR clerk may have to arrange for health and safety experts to assess office furniture if, for example, a complaint was made by an employee who is experiencing health problems. The HR clerk may have to process the registration of each employee for new and/or subsidized health insurance schemes, and arrange for employees who may be experiencing personal problems to seek counseling. According to the Merriam-Webster Online Dictionary, an attribute is a quality, character, or characteristic ascribed to someone or something. Attributes that the HR clerk should possess are confidentiality, patience, and tact. To ensure that you understand the meanings of these words and how it relates to the Human Resource Office, you are asked to refer to your textbook for the essential reading identified here. Part 3 of this presentation covers workers' welfare. In this regard, we examine legislation related to workers' welfare and the benefits of those regulations, which are outlined in statutory provisions for employee protection, ILO, International Labour Organization Conventions, Occupational Safety and Health Act, often referred to as the OSH Act, and collective agreements. Under the ILO conventions, we have the Factories Act, which sets out a minimum standard of working conditions to ensure the health and safety of employees in the workplace. On this slide, you are going to find a few of the areas covered under this act. A number of additional resource links are posted on the following slide for your further information. You are required to visit all the links identified.